This is why the gaming community gets laughed at, because grown-ass man like me in my 40s fighting Sonic the Hedgehog fans. Dunkey makes brilliant reviews. I don't think anyone can deny that.
Now let's fight a level 1 snail in Octopath Traveler. Okay, now do that 50 times and you can fight the next boss.
First, the game has a weakness system like most JRPGs. That symbol over the snail he's fighting means the enemy is weak to daggers and will have its defense broken if hit by one. The symbol being there at all means Dunkey has discovered it by the time of this footage and is choosing not to use that information.
I like his reviews, and I do agree with him on everything. So, Dunkey, you think this game is bad? Well, I'm gonna follow your opinion and blindly review bomb the game. I'm a middle-aged YouTuber doing this, so well done, Richard ReviewTechUSA, because that'll get him. Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. It's so sad. Dunkey sent me here. That's why I'm gonna come to your house and steal your copy of the game because you like it. It's that simple. This is Richard ReviewTechUSA signing out.
Have a good one.
You know, at this point, I'm inclined to believe that the internet has simply been conditioned into hating Sonic.
Here is my hypothesis. Yes. Sonic the Hedgehog is the most overrated game ever. Sonic is now part of gaming's history. He is a character that's still making games today. He's a classic up there with Mario. And I don't think any of that is deserved.
And take it from me, I'm a hardcore Sonic 3D hater. The type of 2D purist that puts most Sonic fans to shame. And yet I'm still able to somehow form my own opinions, rather than just sit around and wait for a YouTuber to give me one. As is what most of the internet does whenever a Sonic game comes out. And don't get me wrong, it's not like valid criticism of Sonic doesn't exist. It absolutely does. But 99% of the time it comes from comments from people who haven't even played the game. Most of those people haven't actually formulated their own opinions. It's why when I see a lot of comments trashing this game, I look at reviews like Jim Sterling's. Oh, sorry, Jim Stephanie Starling.
That's a woman?
Who gave it a 1.5 out of 10. Somebody's got to remind Jim Sterling that 1.5s are reserved for games that are basically unplayable, which I know very well Sonic Frontiers is not.
Sonic Frontiers is broken beyond belief, with mechanics that barely work and a camera so disastrous it's literally sickening. The open zones are disjointed, unpopulated wastelands that do less than nothing to justify their depressing existence. An unpleasant mess, looking and feeling like a mishmash of disparate assets duct taped together. And that's before we consider the damning amount of recycled content. It's honestly embarrassing that any professional studio could have made something so cheap, so sad, and so thoroughly incompetent. Even by Sonic Team's low standards, this is pathetic. Yep, that's the word for it. Sonic Frontiers is freaking pathetic.
Tell him to stop or I'll pull up his search history.
I don't ever want to hear the name Jim associated with Sonic ever again unless it's Jim Carrey. That Jim Sterling review is worthy of a video in of itself. But sadly, that's not who we're covering. I just wanted to throw a little bit of hate their way. But don't worry, that doesn't mean I'm gonna leave you empty-handed. I have another gamer for us to make fun of today. And it's none other than ReviewTechUSA. Would you look at that? It's only been about, what, 2 to 3 weeks? At this point, I may as well turn this into a series. Welcome to Rich Tomorrow Part 2.
Exposed, 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 exposed.
So Video Game Dunkey decided to review Sonic Frontier. Oh, sorry, not review, I mean, make a video on. No? Review? Not review? Make a video on? Parody? I don't know, his audience can't decide. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it was a review. And I'll be quite honest, I found parts of it to be absolutely hilarious. And then there were other parts you could tell Dunkey was totally phoning it in. I mean, there's only so much effort that can go into a Dunkey video. Not all of us are lucky enough to get away with videos with barely any effort in them, and succeed as well as he has. Now, I was ready to dismiss this as a simple Dunkey satirical style video. You know, like most of his audience says. You can never take Dunkey serious. It's all just jokes. Waka waka. And in that same breath, they also tell me to listen to Dunkey as a voice of reason? Well, it can't be both, I'm sorry. At some point, you're gonna have to choose. You can't tell people to listen to him as a voice of reason, and then get upset when they do, and then proceed to turn around and tell them, no, he's just a comedy man, funny Dunkey. Now, I personally chose to view Dunkey's video as comedy. Unfortunately, Dunkey, on the other hand, being the clever comedian he is, decided to drop the act when he started to receive criticism, and began to get real personal with the Sonic fan base. Because at the end of his Sonic Frontiers video, he decided to do this thing where he compared user reviews of several different games.
I also think comparing user reviews between video games that are of wholly different genres is also brain-damagingly dumb as well. Like, I hear Death Stranding has a 7.4, then Red Dead has 8.6, Ragnarok has 8.4, and then Elden Ring has 7.8. Even all these review scores are just completely different from one another, too. It's like, you cannot even use this as a comparable barometer. It's literally just either people love these games, or they have to, like, review bomb it, and then, like, generally you'll get some mixed stuff. That's why you can't treat this as gospel.
However, Dunkey didn't seem to realize that his audience is goddamn retarded. So many of them flocked over to Metacritic to start memeing on the user reviews and review bombing the game, in the style that your average Dunkey fan would do. Disjointed, nonsensical, try-hard humor. And for some reason, Dunkey couldn't believe it. So he instead decided to come up with a conspiracy theory that these must all be coming from Sonic fans pretending to be his fans to make him look bad.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
And along comes a ReviewTechUSA with far too much THC in his system to believe everything Dunkey said and take it as the absolute truth. Jesus Christ, I never thought the day would come where I talked about Jim Sterling, Video Game Dunkey, and ReviewTechUSA all in the same video. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and smoke this hash. Why don't you take it away, Rich?
Skip it up and that up.
Hey everybody, it's the time of year.
Hey everybody, it's that 30 seconds you always have to skip on a Rich video. There are some things ad blocker simply can't fix.
So Sonic Frontiers came out on November 8th, and I own it. It's okay. Which for a 3D Sonic game is the equivalent of it being a masterpiece.
That's a cute
opinion. Did a YouTuber
give it to you?
Look, I'm not gonna knock Rich on this one. Sonic ain't for everyone. And like I said, I'm a hardcore Sonic 3D hater. I went into this ready to hate it. And then within an hour, I found a very addictive gameplay loop. Not everyone's gonna see it that way, and we're all entitled to our own opinions, like we're entitled to rip ass in public. But luckily for me, whether you like Sonic Frontiers or not, isn't the discussion we're gonna have tonight. And if it was the discussion, well, Rich, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think your 6 hours in the game are enough. And based on your achievements, it seems you never even made it to the second island. Who knows, maybe a couple of hours is all it took for you to decide that this game wasn't for you. But I still suggest you give it a fair chance. But till then, I don't think your opinion holds much weight. No, that wasn't a fat joke. I know, you didn't like the fat jokes in the last video. I won't put them in this one.
Well, Dunkey's video, which he makes brilliant reviews, I don't think anyone can deny that.
As someone who enjoys Dunkey content in low doses, I can confirm he is not a good reviewer. Hell, the Dunkey community can't seem to come to an agreement on whether what he puts out are reviews or not. When the review is bad, it's don't take Dunkey serious, he's the waka waka man. When the reviews are good, it's Dunkey is a voice of reason. He's better than journalists, we need to listen to him. And that plays a huge role in my enjoyment of Dunkey. But let's face it, when Dunkey has tried to get his actual opinions across without any of his humor, they've been downright terrible. I mean, just go look at his review of Octopath Traveler. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and recommend you guys a YouTuber by the name of Animal Jason, who made one of the best videos giving a prime example of this, only for Dunkey to freak out and send his audience over to spam and dislike bomb the shit out of his video, even if the points were completely valid. That video was quite the eye-opener on exactly how bad of a reviewer Dunkey is.
He shows off that like there's invisible walls.
Won't somebody please think of the children?
And stupid puzzles, typical kind of open world fodder. It's like the Ubisoft playbook.
All right, I'm taking this guy out. Settle down.
Excuse me, what? A Ubisoft game? How? In what way, shape, or form? By just being an open world? This ain't no Ubisoft game, not even close. You're not given a list of tasks or forced to walk around and talk to NPCs and do chores for them. You're not overwhelmed with the amount of activities you have to complete. Much like Halo Infinite, it's not that type of open world game. Again, Rich, you need more than 6 hours at the very least. I also don't understand why you need Dunkey's video as a reference when you've played it yourself. But then again, you're not like me. When I play games on shit tons of THC, I play 1,000 times better. When you're on THC, you can't even tell the difference between your mouth and your ass crack. You know just as well as I do that it's Dunkey's job to break games for his videos. It's part of the humor. It's why people say don't take Dunkey reviews serious. Well, here's Rich taking it serious.
And he was showing the flaws of the game, and I do agree with him on everything that he said there. Well, Sonic the Hedgehog fans, who are very, very, very dedicated, like at Chris Chan level of dedication.
Yeah, it really fucking sucks. It really sucks. Trust me, I hate having to be a Sonic fan in secrecy. I have to hide all of my Sonic games in an invisible folder on my desktop. To be a Sonic fan is to live in constant shame, knowing that you're surrounded by lunatics who have an unhealthy obsession with the blue hedgehog. Trust me, I know Sonic fans. I went to school with an autistic kid who would run down the hallway saying gotta go fast, with his goddamn arms flailing behind his back. And that kid would legitimately sit in the hallway and cry if people didn't like Sonic.
And decided to get back at Dunkey by pretending that they were fans of Dunkey and going to review bomb the game. Like, oh yeah? You think this game is bad? Well, I'm going to make it like we all followed your opinion and blindly review bomb the game, because that'll get them. Are you serious? No, yes, they're serious. They're serious.
Enough
with the edibles.
Rich, it's time to put down the edibles. Seriously, I wholeheartedly mean that. And that's coming from a drug fiend. Because insane amounts of THC is the only possible way you could come up with such a creative conspiracy theory. Trust me, the only obsession Sonic fans have is in making everybody else love Sonic just as much as they do. Well, I'm sorry to tell the autistic crowd that ain't gonna happen. But I know Sonic fans very well, and there ain't no way in hell they would review bomb a Sonic game. These motherfuckers would give up their firstborn child just for a Sonic game to be in the green on Metacritic, as basically your entire comment section said in your video as you got ratioed. Rich, you seriously can't believe Sonic fans would review bomb a game they need to be received well after the past decade of failures and mediocrity. You know, it really says something when the majority of the chat is disagreeing with Rich and explaining to him that he's way too high and out of his mind right now. And I'm inclined to agree with them. And I'm the highest man in the room. In the world of drugs, we call what's happening to Rich a perma-fry. If you find yourself playing with chickens at the age of 40 and creating conspiracy theories about Sonic fans, you may have perma-fried.
It's so sad. This is what Dunkey said on Twitter. It's unbelievable. The Sonic fans are review bombing their own favorite game to make my fans look bad. They really thought they were slick calling their account Dunkey Lover 2005. Twitter thought this was real, by the way. And let's see what Dunkey Lover had to say. Very creative name. I thought I liked this game at first, but then I saw Dunkey's video about it, and then I realized that this game is actually really bad. Don't play this game. Subscribe to Video Game Dunkey on YouTube instead. Like, did they make it any more obvious that what they're trying to do?
Yes, a post from Video Game Dunkey that's totally not biased and in favor of himself and his audience. Let's believe him by default. And obviously, Rich is rich, of course, so he's gonna report on something the minute he hears about it, versus someone like me who prefers to wait a few days to let more information leak, because it turns out this was neither a Dunkey lover or hater or Sonic fan. The culprit actually turned out to be nothing more than a troll on Reddit of all places. It was me, not even joking. It takes like 5 minutes to set up an account and I was bored, lol. I didn't even watch the Dunkey video, by the way. Haven't watched him in years. I just wanted to start shit.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
And And this is why the Rich Tomorrow meme continues to exist, and it's for reasons like this. Both Dunkey and Rich were wrong, but even then, before they were proven wrong, the conspiracy theory they came up with before was asinine to begin with. Why do you think Dunkey deleted the original tweet? See, I know what's wrong with Rich is that he takes too much THC, but I have no idea what the hell was wrong with Dunkey when he made that tweet. We must also not forget that on the 13th, the exact day Dunkey released this video, there was a flood of negative reviews for Sonic Frontiers in the user review score. And that's probably due to the fact that in his Sonic Frontiers video, Dunkey decided to randomly go on a spiel about user review scores and started making comparisons that were pretty stupid. And I'm guessing Dunkey forgets that his fans are retarded, so a lot of them went over to Metacritic to start memeing in the review scores. And honestly, it would be hilarious if Dunkey for some reason didn't get so defensive about it. He really wants to act like this isn't what his audience does. Are you for real, Dunkey? Come on. And you too, Rich. Do you honestly believe Dunkey fans aren't like this? Come on. Many of them don't actually play the games Dunkey tells them are bad or good.
So you have people on Metacritic white knighting for the game, and you have people on Metacritic who are angry at Dunkey who are doing reverse psychology white knighting by saying, oh yeah, Dunkey sent me here, that's why I think the game is bad.
Again, this is all happening in Rich's head. He started taking edibles too late in life. Marijuana is a young man's drug, Rich. You gotta start off in your college years at the very least.
How about this? How about even if your children, I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but I'm sorry, get a life. Go to school. Go do your homework if you're young and doing this. If you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s doing this, oh my God, you need to get a life.
Yeah, Rich, you and I both know asking Sonic fans to get a life is asking for too much out of them. But even then, are you really the best person to be giving that advice, Rich? I don't think someone who's in their 40s screaming about other YouTubers in public food courts should be the one lecturing others on getting a life.
Whether you're a tween or a teen or you're a grown-ass man like me, if you like a game, you like the game.
Calm down, Rich. Nobody got hurt, okay? You're scaring the chickens. Take it easy.
So you like Sonic Frontiers. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Keep liking it. No one's stopping you from playing it.
I never felt like anyone was. Who are you talking to, Rich?
Dunkey's review is not going to stop you from playing it.
Yeah, with how out of shape Dunkey is, I don't think he would be able to stop me from doing anything. I don't know where this is coming from. I don't think a single Sonic fan out there feels like Dunkey's opinions are stopping them from doing anything or preventing them from enjoying whatever they want. What the hell are these talking points? Why are your videos getting so bad, Rich?
Oh man, this is why the gaming community gets laughed at, because people take this stuff way too seriously. The only other place I see this fanaticism is in politics. Think about that. And religion. Let that sink in.
Are you really comparing what just happened with Sonic fans and Dunkey to politics and religion? I mean, gamers are stupid, but they don't come anywhere near the same level of toxicity as a politics fanatic or religious nutball.
We need to calm down a little bit. The community needs to relax.
Try to relax your anus.
This isn't funny! Okay, somebody please take Rich's soundboard away from him right now. That soundbite wasn't funny the first time, Rich, and it especially ain't funny the 1000th time in a row. I thought he was bad with it sober alone, but high? Oh my God. It makes the streams really hard to watch.
It's a video game. Someone reviewed it. Dunkey reviewed it. He didn't like the game that much. It's not that big a deal. If you love Sonic Frontiers, have a blast. Dunkey's not going to come to your house and steal your copy of the game because you like it. This is Rich of ReviewTechUSA signing out. Have a good one.
Again, what's going on in your head? Who in the world actually thinks Dunkey's gonna come to their house and take the game away from them? Nobody's joy of this game has been robbed. These takes coming out of Rich's head don't make any goddamn sense. I have absolutely no idea what the purpose of the video was. Was it intended to be a defense for video game Dunkey? Was it intended to make Sonic fans and the game look bad? Or did Rich just gobble down too many edibles that morning? But his own audience, many of whom don't even like or play Sonic games, all agree this this was one of the dumbest takes he's had this year. Not that I'm complaining, because I got plenty to work with for this new series. And if Rich ends up switching to harder drugs, then it's just gonna get better from there. So let's cross our fingers. And with that being said, this has been Fritango Plays, signing out. Have a good one.
Fritango sucks ass.